get to know you a little bit more. Tell us where you're from in the chat. We would love to know that. And tell us how long you've been with Riman. Because this is the orientation. It's great for new people. Honestly, it's great for everybody. I try to tune into these at least once a month just to get my bearings. And I've been around, I'm an old timer at Riman. I've been here for 1 year. That is how new this company is. Hello, everybody. Myrtle Beach, jealous. Charlotte, North Carolina, also jealous. 5 months, welcome. Hi, Sarah. All right, let's let everybody in. Niagara Falls, you're almost, I'm close to you on the East Coast. Woo! All right, Jersey, been here 1 month from Hawaii, Atlanta, 1 year. Welcome, everybody. We're so glad you're here. Listen, we're going to get going. We know the most precious asset that you have is your time. So we're going to get moving. This orientation is designed to give you a clear roadmap on how to grow and build your Riman business by following a simple system and how to help your new team members get started as well. So it's how to help yourself get started and also how to help your new team members get started. And we're here to help you understand what to do to maximize your success in the quickest amount of time possible because success loves speed. So we want to
Jen,
encourage, yes.
I got to say this. Sarah just signed up today. And is here
Welcome.
tonight. I am
Oh
so
my
impressed.
goodness. See,
Success
that is
Welcome.
that's speed right there. Sarah, congratulations. You are doing it right, my friend. You are plugging into the systems. Good for you and welcome. We're so happy that you're here. And you know, it's funny. We're growing so fast. You are going to see so many people hopping on over the next month, 2 months, 6 months, and we're growing. And this right now is a time that will never be duplicated again in Riman history. It is, you are here at the beginning. And, you know, timing is to direct sales as location is to real estate. And you, Sarah, and everyone here tonight, you are here at the exact right time. So during this orientation, we are going to go through a few sections. Well, welcome. We welcomed, yay, check. Next, we're going to talk about the support system that we have in place for you. Then we're going to talk about launching your business. And we have some great announcements. There's so much good news here and so many exciting things happening. So my name is Jen Barcamian. I don't think I even introduced myself. I'm a director because it's not about me, it's about you. But I'm a director here at Riman. And as I said, I joined about a year ago and we are growing very, very quickly. So let's talk a little bit about the support system that's in place that you have as you start your partnership here. And we are going to head to the next slide. Boom. All right. Oh, actually, before we do the support system, let's remind you a little bit about why you're here, why Riman is so exciting, and just a quick background. We are new. I think we've established that, and we were established in South Korea in 2018. In that time, in that one tiny little country, we did $2.5 billion in revenue in just 5 years. That's pretty remarkable for any company, but we are a skincare company in the #1 skincare market in the world. I don't know if y'all are familiar with South Korea and how amazing they are at skincare formulation, but here we are coming in to Korea and making all the sales, becoming the #1 K-beauty brand in that country. I think the company that was #1 before us, somebody correct me if I'm wrong, was #1 for 70 years. And again, very tough skincare market to break into. We, in a country that is, it's tiny, it's the size of Indiana, land mass, and population of 50 million people, we sold 40 million bottles. We came to North America just 2 years ago, brand new, and we are launching countries kind of like crazy right now. So you're here at the beginning of the global expansion. So Taiwan was first in December of 2023, then Hong Kong came along last July, and we just moved into our first Latin American market in Mexico last month. There was a huge launch in Mexico. Mexico loves Korean skincare. And in fact, one of the launches was so crowded that the hotel stopped letting people in. They broke the hotel, I like to joke, with all the people that showed up. And then Malaysia, Singapore, and we have more launches coming next month, the following month. And as I said, we're here at the beginning of global expansion. So at Riman, we reimagine and we are known to be different. And as you start working and you start building with us, you're going to see the differences. And it's not just in the product, which is remarkable, by the way. Oh, aquí estoy de Mexico. I'm bad with the accent, but welcome, Veronica from Mexico. Woo! So excited. But anyway, as I was saying, we're very, very different. So if you've used the products, please let us know in the chat why you love them, which products are your favorite. Tell us a little bit about your Riman experience, because the products are different. But the other differences, I mean, there are so many, right? The price point, the business model, and the people. You're going to get to meet some of these people here tonight. I've been in the direct selling industry for over 15 years, and I have never experienced a group of people that are so positive, uplifting, supportive, kind, motivational, inspirational. You're going to love what you do here, and we're so excited for you to start your journey with us. So let's get into our support system. So the first thing we have, write this down, is Riman.com. And I'm going to give you a little tip that I give my team. Get yourself a notebook that's only for Riman information. And then when you come to these meetings, you have your Riman notebook and you have all your information there. So just to help yourself keep organized. So write down Riman.com in your notebook. That is our website. It is everything that you're going to want to do in terms of managing your business. So from Riman.com, you create, when you join, you create a username, and your username is whatever you select, but then your username with Riman.com is your website. So for example, I'm Jen B. So I'm jenb.riman.com. How easy is that? It's so simple for you to hand out your link to other people. So from Riman.com, you can enroll, you can make sales, you can place your own orders, you can do order management, you can do sales management, track your team, track all the reports for your team, all your business tools, all your marketing tools, and our ever favorite commission report is also located at Riman.com. Now you're also, and by the way, we have had a system that we have been on here at Riman for 7 years, and it was a great system. But as we are heading into global expansion, the company knew that they needed something better. So a company that did $2.5 billion, they have a lot of money to throw at systems. So they have brought us the most magnificent system, and we are going to be seeing all types of functionality added consistently over the next year. So let's take a little bit of a look at Riman.com. You can manage everything here. This is going to show you how to get yourself to the next level. So for example, a lot of you are brand new, and the first thing that you are going to want to do is get yourself to manager as quickly as is humanly possible. Manager is where you double your income. You track all of that in your Riman My Office. Next thing you're going to want to do, get yourself to senior manager to triple your income. And right here is where you can tell where you stand for team leader as well, which is that next promotion after senior manager, which quadruples your income. So all found here in the Riman back office. And you can personalize your mall here as well at Riman.com. You can create a shopping bag so you can put products into a bag and send it out to people. You establish your username here. As we said, that's your website. So many wonderful things happen at Riman.com. Okay, next up, we're going to talk about the drive. So the drive is, here's the website for the drive. So put this in your Riman notebook. It's exploreriman.com/marketing. And everything that you need to do your business is here. So please take time to go to exploreriman.com/marketing and go into all the folders, check out all the videos. There is product training. There are beautiful graphics that you can use. There's marketing already done. The monthly specials are there, brochures, things you can use on social media. It is remarkable, everything that goes on over there on the drive. And it's also where you're going to find this handy dandy document. And I believe that is the next slide. This is for launching your business and launching your business strong. So this report is found under Business Planner Tools and Presentations. Okay, so you're on the Marketing Drive and you're going to go to Business Planner Tools and Presentations. And this is the Business Launch Worksheet. And this is so cool. The first thing you're going to do is write down some short-term goals that you have for Riman. Do you want to have a team of 20? Do you want to make $300 a month? Maybe you want to make $1,000 a month. Whatever it is, write down your short-term goals, and those are goals for 3 to 6 months. Next, we encourage you to write down your long-term goals. And I'm going to encourage you to think big, think crazy, think something that you don't think would ever possibly happen, because here's what happens when you dream big. Your brain goes to work to make that goal happen. So challenge yourself to go wide, go big, go crazy. The next thing you're going to write down is your why. Why are you doing this business in the first place? And your why has to be something strong enough to get you out of bed in the morning, to do maybe some uncomfortable actions to move your Riman business forward. And I want to give you a pro tip on the why and on the goals. With your goals, if you write them down and tell somebody else, you are 75% more likely to achieve those goals if they are written down and communicated to someone else. A perfect person to communicate your goals with is your sponsor. Your sponsor is the person who brought you into this business. So I'm going to encourage you tonight to think about your short-term goals, think about your long-term goals, and reach out to your sponsor and let them know what those goals are. You will be 75% more likely to achieve that. And when you're doing all of this, I want to challenge you to think positively, because your thoughts determine your actions and your actions determine your results. And let's talk about positive thinking. I am lucky enough to introduce Dena Peacock. She is such a positive human being. I'm so grateful to have met her on this journey. You're going to meet some lovely people tonight. Dena is a director here at Riman. She's also, I call her the motivational speaker. No pressure, Dena, but she knows how to fire up a crowd. Dena's been married to her husband, Brian, for 35 years, yes. And she has 2 grown sons. She's an empty nester. And Dena's husband, Brian, his claim to fame is, I'm sure he has a lot of claims to fame, but here at Riman, he has one of the best hair regrowth before and after pictures that I've ever seen. Dena, thank you so much for being on. I'm going to turn it over to you now, my friend. And we're going to stop the share so we can all see your lovely face.
Okay, thank you, Jen. That was so sweet. And you're such a sweetheart. I just adore you so much. Hello,
Right back at
everybody. Welcome. I did see that there's some people that just joined today, and how exciting. So we're super stoked that you're here and you're on here to learn. And you know what? There's some great folks on here that are going to be sharing with you tonight. But so I'm on here to kind of tell you my testimony, and I have nothing written down, and so I can just tell you straight from the heart tonight. So I live outside of Memphis, Tennessee, and no, I don't want to speak Korean. It says, "Do you want to speak Korean?" Am I speaking Korean?
No,
I'm
you're
gonna get
good.
candy. Okay, okay. And I was a realtor here for 16 years, and I did really well in the real estate world. Thought I'd found my place in the world, and 2008 came along and said, "No, you didn't. No, you didn't, and you're about to lose it all." And that's exactly what happened. We, in our mid 40s, we lost everything: our home, our credit. I had to pull my boys out of a precious private school that we were super passionate about. And I always tell people I couldn't finance a pack of gum. Like, my credit was destroyed. And I had a past client who had introduced, who I sold a home to, who was doing this crazy business. And I'm like, is that what I'm supposed to do? Like, surely not. And it turns out it was. And so I would, if I have anything to tell you, it's that I was two things, and that was coachable and consistent. And I just hit the ground running, and I just said, tell me what to do to get where you are. So if you're wondering today what advice to ask from your leader, your director, I'm going to tell you that best question is, tell me how to get where you are. Because if I'm going to get where you are, I've got to do what you've done. And it's when that calculates in your brain, you kind of get it, and you're like, okay, then my way's not going to work. You're going to have to tell me how you got there, and I'm just going to duplicate that. Keep it that simple, literally. Just keep it that simple. And so I've been in the industry now for 15, 16 years, and a little over a year ago, came to Riman. I walked away from a leadership position that I'd built for 7.5 years, and I'm like, I love skincare, and uh, I never dreamed it was this good. And I got the products, and I'm like, okay, like I see myself here, I see myself in this space because I love skincare. And I want to tell you real quickly about why I love skincare so much. And that is because I'm a product junkie, and I've tried everything just about. I would, there's not much I haven't. And like, drop in the chat, like, if you do, you follow influencers or people like that are in the beauty, and they're showing you makeup and how they do makeup. And I just get sucked into those videos. Well, of course, I bought everything they said because, like, their skin just looked amazing. And they were teaching me how to prep my skin before the makeup. And I learned the term, you got to prepare the canvas before you paint on it. And so I started learning all these things. And, I'm 59, and why I thought my skin would look like a 26-year-old, well, the joke's on me, because it wasn't going to look like theirs. And it just made it to the product graveyard. But I knew what I was looking for. I knew that hydration. I knew that hydrated look, that nourished skin look, that, I knew what I was chasing. So I'm telling you all this because the very first time I used these products, I knew what I had achieved. And it's what I had been chasing for about 3 years, and all of these products that didn't do that. So I knew what I had my hands on. 4.5 days later, I was too impatient to wait 5 whole days. Like, nope, I've waited as long as I can. I'm going to take the picture now. And I did 4.5 days, and I couldn't believe it. Um, I've done a lot of damage to my skin. Like, tell me, put in the chat if you're that person who's like, and I mean, I'm going to own it because it's true. I'm dealing with a lot now because I was so careless with tanning beds. I know that's just terrible, but I did them. I did them a lot in my younger age. It was so important to have that tan more than what people are telling me. And I'm like, you know what I said? I said, I'll deal with it then. Well, guess what, guys? Then is here. Then is now. And I would give anything to go back and listen again. But my whole point of telling you that is that I have a lot of damage, and the repair, this is not skincare, it's skin repair. And I've never seen anything like it. I've never used anything like it. And so when I saw results in 4.5 days, I said, I got to tell the world. I've got to tell the world that this skincare is now available in North America. And I definitely want to partner with this brand because I was learning more and more about how big this really was. And so found myself here, and I tell people all the time, they're like, what do you do? Do you sell skincare? And I say, no, no, I sell confidence. And when you have people who message you and say, I went out the first time today in 25 years without makeup because I'm that confident in my skin, that's what I'm selling right there. And it's a big deal, guys. So don't ever think this is just a little skincare makeup company. It is so much bigger than that. And the places this company's going, the things that they're accomplishing, it is a very, so I want to say congratulations, because if this is your first company, you scored right out of the gate, and we have what people are looking for. No one else can duplicate this, and we're in a very safe space. So I hope that you get the overall message of coachable and consistent. If you can be those two things, you're going to find a lot of success here at Riman. So I'm now going to pass it over to Susan Manuelo. She's a beauty queen, y'all. We got a beauty queen in the house, Miss X Colorado, Miss, like I say X because she's not the current Miss Colorado, but she was back in the day. And Susan just has the kindest heart. She's always so even. She just has such a kind way of working with people, and it has brought her tremendous success here at Riman. She's in Colorado, and she just brings a lot to this team with the efforts and the knowledge that she has. So Susan, I'm introducing you. Take it away.
Thank you so much, Dena. I love hearing your story, and you always share such great nuggets. So we really appreciate you being on this call tonight. I know you're not, you look beautiful. I would not even know. She's not even feeling 100%, and she is on this call. That is some dedication right there. I just love it. So go rest, my friend. Okay, well, I have the pleasure of taking you guys through the senior manager game plan. And, I want to start by letting you know that when I first jumped into this industry, I totally relate to what Dena just shared. Like being coachable, is so important. Like just follow the leader. That's all you have to do in our business. And with Riman, we have such incredible leaders that you're able to just duplicate what they do. Okay. So that's what we're going to take you through tonight is how to launch your business and get to that next rank. So I'm going to share my screen next so that you guys can see the launch worksheet. Again, if you haven't printed this out, you can find it in the drive that Jen shared with you. And I am old school. I like printing things out, so don't make fun of me. But I like having this so that I can actually, fill it in and spend some time writing down your why and writing down your goal. And, it's just important because the written word, it gets into your whole body so that you're seeing it, you're writing it, and then you should even say it out loud a few times. Okay. So definitely pay attention to your goals and the launch form. But then the second step is getting to plan. You start out as a planner with Riman and getting to manager and then achieving senior manager. So really the biggest reason that that's important is not only because we want to celebrate you, this is the first step. We want to celebrate each other achieving these goals, but it's also because we want to help you guys maximize your efforts. Okay. And when I first got started, like that's what I saw. So if I go share this with 10 of my friends and I'm a planner, I'm making 10%. But if I can get to manager or senior manager as soon as I can, and we're going to show you a few ways to do that, then you're going to maximize those efforts because sharing it with those same 10 friends, you're going to make up to 20% or up to 30% as a senior manager. So you're going to maximize those efforts the sooner that we can help you, rank to manager and senior manager. So how you can do that is sharing it with people, but also showing up for yourself and really making an investment in your business by starting with some of our starter packs, which we're going to go through here in a second. But I think it's really important, like when you start a business, to take it from I'm spending money to I'm investing money. And so that's really important. And you get to do that at whatever makes sense for you, but it is a little bit of a mind switch. So I want you to put a goal date down for yourself. Like, when do you want to be a manager? When do you want to be a senior manager? And you can do this, you guys, in 1 day, 1 week, 1 month, or Riman gives you, 3 months, and it is a rolling 3 months. So I'm going to explain that here in a second. I'm really talking with my hands tonight, so I'm going to try not to do that too much. Okay. So, oh, it went to the wrong slide. Sorry about that. Oh my gosh, it keeps jumping around. I'm so sorry. Why is it doing that? Sorry, hang on 1 second. Okay, let's make sure that I'm on the right slide.
Can everyone see the green slide, how to become a senior manager? Okay, thank you, Susan. Um, and by the way, I loved your comment in the chat. You were mentioning that you used to rep like medical grade products and that Riman's products are superior. So thank you for sharing that with everyone. That is so awesome. We love having that amazing feedback from your experience. So, okay, how to become a senior manager. So here is the basics of, rank advancing so that again, you're getting that larger reward and rebate back. It's triple, you guys, it's triple the commission that you would get as a planner versus a senior manager. So we really want to help you do this. Okay. So it's 2000 SP per month if you do that over a 3-month time period, or it's 6,000 SP anytime during a 3-month period. And what I mean by that is here's May. So whatever you bring in May, it's May, June, July. If you are not quite senior manager yet, then May drops off, and then all of a sudden it's June, July, and August. So that's what we mean when we talk about the rolling 3 months. But we want to help you do it much faster than that. And you're going to personal orders, your personal customer orders, your first level distributors are planners, and then your first levels distributor customer base. So all of that volume counts on your way to senior manager, and then it opens up after that. And then your requirement is 3 customers, but we're going to help you do that because that's what's so much fun, obviously, about sharing the skincare. So that won't be an issue at all. And then just to let you know that our top retailer bonus is how you can increase your income now beyond that 30%. I mean, this is huge. So as you continue to grow your customer base, you're going to get an extra 5% when you have 20 lifetime customers. And let me explain what that means. If you have someone who enrolls as a customer, that is a lifetime customer. Even if they don't purchase right then, they count as a lifetime customer, okay? But in order to get that 5% additional retail, you have to also have the 2000 SP for that month. So they go hand in hand, obviously, with purchasing. But you definitely want to be enrolling every person that becomes a customer with you, even if they buy it at a party. So that's what's really important about making sure that you capture them as a customer. And then if you get up to 40 lifetime customers and 4,000 SP, you're earning an extra 10% on your efforts. So really awesome. And then it just breaks down on this slide a little bit more about that personal order rebate program where you're getting 12.5 cash rebate, 12.5 Riman dollar rebate that you can turn right back in to products. So it's truly like the same as a cash rebate because you're purchasing product for the same amount dollar to dollar. And then you're also getting that additional 5% on your open group, which is really what we mean by open group is that you're starting to help more people achieve the rank of manager and senior manager. So here's our differential payout. And if this is your first time, by the way, if this is like a different language for you, like that is normal. I always compare comp plans to like learning a new language. You can sit in a classroom and learn, but once you actually go to the country, that's when you really experience the language more. So this is the same with compensation plans. Learning the basics is important, but just know that as you become a manager, senior manager, all of a sudden it starts making sense. Okay. So just know that you might have to hear this a few times, but the breakdown is, again, you as a senior manager are making 30%, but when you bring in customers, you have the opportunity to earn up to 40% like we just went through. When you sponsor a planner, you are making the difference between them making 10%, that 20% rolls up to you because that planner makes 10. If you help someone become a manager, don't worry, you're still making efforts off of that, right? Making rewards off of their efforts. You're earning the 10% override. And then senior managers, same thing, you're making the additional 5% override. So with our points, with our products, our points. And so I want to take you through the starter kits really quick so that you can see how quickly you can get to manager and senior manager by, again, investing in your business. So these are the starter kits at a glance for US. We have 3 different options on the left. And then I love that we have these experience kit options on the right. These are amazing for building your business. So you can pick a pack on the left and supplement the ones on the right within that to give you more experience kits to share with people. But I will tell you guys that, you know, as a business-minded person, you're going to want to get in somewhere in, you know, the top tier to the middle tier if you can, because that's going to give you product to start and launch your business, whether or not that's in-person parties, whether or not that's sharing it with some of your top people. But getting this product on people's skin is the name of the game. And also you get to look and feel better because now you have everything in our line to experience the product. So you can know what the Boda Lab is. You can know what those collagen melting masks are because you got them right out of the gate. And then you also get free product on these starter kits. So these are available to you your first 30 days as a planner. So definitely take advantage of the free product that comes with launching your business. And then of course we have them in the Canadian conversion and now Mexico as well. I just don't have that slide for this. But definitely take a few minutes to get with your sponsor and go over these and start where it makes sense for you. But we're also at a point where you want to be sure you're upgrading. If you got started a week ago, a day ago, like Sarah started today, but many of you maybe started a few weeks ago, don't forget to take advantage of the time that you have. If you got started with the 467 Canadian pack, that starter EX line, now you know for sure you love this. Definitely upgrade and get the premium pack or get some of those experience kits so that you can truly take advantage of the savings that are available to you guys. So with that, I am going to bring up our next incredible speaker to go through the next step of building your Riman business. And this is really about taking your business to the next level. So if I can get my screen to stop sharing, sorry about that. I'm going to bring up our next speaker, Dr. Stephanie Rimka, and she is an incredible human first and foremost. She brings so much experience to the table and, you know, not only in her knowledge of the products, but also how to do this business. She has done incredible things at her time here with Riman, and that is why we're so grateful that you could come on and share your wisdom on how to get to team leader.
Awesome. Thank you, Susan, so much. You guys, she did an incredible job. And that's a lot of numbers and a lot of things. I don't know if anybody's brain is slightly exploding. Let me know in the chat with any number. You're like 1, 22, 4,000. I don't know. Maybe you're at a 4,000 explosion level. I don't know. Let me just say this. What she said there, because you're going to write down your goal date. You know, you're more successful if you're really clear on it. But you can become a senior manager in 5 minutes by pulling out your credit card and giving yourself a triple raise. So instead of making 10% commission, you can go to 30% commission by buying yourself like 4 big packs. Like that's what many people on my team have done. And it's brick and mortar practices, you know, doctors, salons, they need a lot of products. So they just get inventory and they instantly become a senior manager in 5 minutes with a purchase. Or they sign up and they get 2 packs. They sign up their best friend and the best friend gets 2 packs, boom, instant senior manager. So it took maybe 15 minutes instead of 5. Okay. That is not how team leader works. Team leader is the position that requires an identity shift inside of you before you can get there. And I'm going to say a title that's going to maybe make you, what did she say? This is how I want you to look at it. Team leader and why 3 months can change everything. Yeah, I said 3 months, not 5. I didn't stutter, but I'm going to take you on a short little journey. This is definitely the moment, team leader. You can't think like an affiliate, and instead you need to build like a leader. I got to let my dog outside. Hang on. He's so high maintenance. Like me to Tim her. Huh? Am I your high maintenance one? You'll love me, Timmy. We're going to get to you in a second. Team leader, you must shift your thinking from selling to scaling. This is not a position for everybody. Some of you don't want this responsibility because this is when you are no longer waiting for someone to tell you what to do, but you pick up the stick, you build the momentum, and you have people following you. You're leading the pack. It is a different identity. Is it a different way of looking at yourself? Your energy becomes duplicable. By the way, pro tip, duplicatable is not an English word. It doesn't exist. It's called duplicable. Okay, that's just my pro tip on English for everybody. I am going to share my screen, but I want you to know team leader is where the real income really begins. The comp plan flips open. It goes from not just affiliate, but the hybrid network model really comes in, and to leverage, network marketing. This is where you're going to do it. It does require you taking on some responsibility to develop and build people and build yourself into some leadership. We are happy to do that. All you have to do is be consistent, hungry, coachable, and willing to ask the leaders above you. So how'd you do it? And just like I learned to make a free throw, I listened to what the coach said. I went to the line and I did it again and again and again and again and again and again and again. It's boring, it's repetitive, it's monotonous, but you keep doing the same things and you get better at it, and you will be guaranteed to get to the results. So I want you to understand this is where leadership check match opens up, commissions open up, all kinds of sharings of all kinds of weird things. I'm going to show you that in a second. Your volume starts to grow because you're leveraging other people's efforts. I think waiting 5 months that you're allowed to develop all this volume delays your exponential growth curve. So why would you want to do that? Now, let me share my screen from my big glasses, because I am 52, and sometimes I like duplication too, DB Scott, but duplicatable isn't a word. Network marketing, we make things up, and that's a made-up word that we like to say. Okay. Here we go. I'm going to put it in. I'm not the most technical savvy person, but I can still cash my check all the same. All right. Now, so here's how it is. So the goal date, see, write it down. I'm going to say shoot for 3 months or less, because here's what you need to understand. You've heard success loves speed. Well, it's duplication loves speed. So stop moving so slow. The slower you move, the faster you're probably going to be stuck in quicksand and not be able to get the ball going. You don't want to duplicate hesitation. You want to duplicate action. Write down that date. Even though you have 5 recent months to accumulate all this volume, I'm going to say push yourself, okay? Because when your team sees you move fast, they're going to move fast. That's what you want. Setting your intention to hit team leader in 3 months or less is going to create a culture of momentum on your team, and you want that. Momentum is high level functioning, not mediocrity. I don't know about you, but I'm not a fan of mediocre in any way, shape, or form. So I say you go with speed. Speed gives way to leverage, and leverage is the thing that's going to give you the freedom you're looking for. Why did you join? Speaking of the why, well, I'll tell you about that in a second. Let's go to the next slide. So Susan went over some of these things really great. And so the top retailer bonus, these same things apply, but you're going to notice, look, you got a raise, 40% commission. Okay. Now it can go to 50% based on the same top retailer bonus, the same way it works for senior manager. So by having a little bit extra volume and more lifetime customers, there you go. Now you're at the 50%. Now I'm a director. All the directors were making 50+%. I was like, I'm making even more than that. I didn't even know. Yay, me, So I was like, thank you for the extra money. How do you get there? You need to have $10,000, this SPBP, just think of it like this. You need to basically be selling $10,000, $12,000 worth of product every month, completely in your whole team, not just you. You have to understand all the planners under you that you're helping you learn how to earn. You're helping them. It benefits you to help others win. That's why I love this industry. This is not a dog eat dog atmosphere. It is a dog must feed the dogs. and I'm waiting for a bigger dog to rise up above me. The winningest moment you're going to have is when somebody on your team outperforms you. You're like, yeah, I'm winning. That's woohoo, fantastic. You know, I'm going to go on vacation and cash my money while they keep working. That's what you want. That's why we like it here. So that rolls in. If you're averaging that every month, you can get it's a total of 50,000 added up over the 5 months. Now, mind you, plenty of people do this in 14 days. Okay, this can be done in a month. I'm saying push yourself from 5 to 3. If you want to push yourself to 21 days, write it down and go for it and hit it and be consistent. And there's no stopping you when you say you're going to do that. In that group, you have to make sure you have at least 3 senior managers. So 3 people who have that amount of volume. Now, what you're going to find out that is to get 3 people who are going to be serious about working the business, the law of averages says only about 20 to 30% of all the planners you sign up are actually going to do anything. So let's do the math. How many people do you need to sign up to get 3 that'll actually do something? You need at least 10. I would say shoot for 20 because as Tim Hurst says, one of my favorite lines, don't let the minimums become your maximums. That is a fast path to failure. Don't get it done. Do 20 at a bare minimum. Maybe by tomorrow. How about that? Okay, so to get your money released to you, you need 5 active customers. This should not be a challenge. This stuff, this is face cream crack. Just put it on the face. Tell them, no, I don't know if I'm gonna sell it to you. And B, you should be stingy about it. I don't know if you're good enough to have my link. You know, do a little reverse psychology. They are not going to stop using it. This is not hard. Open your mouth, put some cream on a face. Just start walking down the street and start slapping it on people if you have to. They're going to ask you about it. Trust me. So this is what you're going to do. Like, so commissions, we'll get into all that kind of later. You know, all these extra things. You just need to sign up a lot of people and get a lot of volume. And this really isn't that hard because the product is that good. Let's go with another one. So this kind of breaks it down. The same thing Susan just went through. I'm going to tell you, I can't stand comp plan conversations. I think they're the most boring, uninteresting things. I don't know most of these things about anything. You know what I do? I just talk to a lot of people and tell them how fantastic it is and tell them to help, you know, them feel, what did everybody say? We're selling confidence. We're selling beauty. We're selling sexy. We're selling feeling good. We're selling, this is not hard. This is a very sticky, easy type of product. And on top of it, the most important thing, the most important product you really have is an opportunity to help somebody find freedom with financial ease in their lives. The most important product we have is the comp plan because it is giving people a way out of being a slave to a job they might hate or uncertainty in the marketplace about what they're doing. So having another stream of income right now for people is almost a necessity. You know, Warren Buffett has a great quote. If you're relying only on a job for your income, you're one step away from poverty. And that is a fact. So be aware of that this is what you're getting. She basically explained the whole thing. You're going to get 40% on customers, but with all the top retailer bonus, you can go to 50%. So you get the override. Whenever you sign up a new planner and they're only at 10%, you're getting everything in between. Personally, I don't want to sign up 10% planners. I want to help motivate them to understand I need to get you to be a senior manager as fast as humanly possible so they can triple their income. They can make 30% because I want their check as big as possible that first month. So that's what I'm going to encourage them to do is get the 6,000 points so we can lock and load and really go out there and get it and they're going to feel it. I ordered 4 times my first month here. I was a team leader in 15, 16 days. I didn't understand the comp plan, so I didn't buy packs. So I lost about $4,000 in commission because I went from 10%, then to 20%, then to 30%. I just did it old school way selling. I just didn't even know about it. I'm like, oh, so my last order was, oh my God, just give me the big pack. I can't believe I didn't order this in the first place because I was barreling through all my product. So don't be smarter than Dr. Rimka and don't do the dumb move. Do it up front and get yourself to a senior manager right away. And then you start teaching everybody else how to duplicate exactly what you just did. And you'll have a team full of senior managers and you'll be a team leader before you know it. This is just another picture kind of showing you the simple program of how it is. If you get 3 senior managers who are out there doing what they're supposed to be doing, averaging the 6, and they get 2 senior managers, what I just said, you just duplicate it, how then automatically they're showing, 18,000. Hang on, let me move my little thing. I can't see the numbers. There we go. 18,000 in points in each one. Do you see how it's not that hard to get to this 50,000 points number? Believe it or not, that's once you start having a team of a lot of people, small franchises out there doing this, you really want to be acquiring franchises. You don't want to be out there selling burgers. I love the way Tim explains that. Like, I'm not looking to sell burgers. I'm looking to find franchise owners and open as many shops as I can. And because, sometimes you're going to find a bad location or somebody's going to get sick, and you need as many people out there doing it. So when somebody needs time off, it's okay. And your business isn't really affected that much because you have so many people and so many systems working at the same time. This might be my last slide, right? Okay, yeah, I'm not going to do this part. So I'm going to stop the share. I'll just kind of say this, that, it takes the same amount of energy to go slow as it does to go fast. Like, I'm not a big fan of slow. Like, I've had some things happen, and when you have to slow down, you have to respect that. There are things in life that when it's time to slow down, you should slow down. But if there's nothing in your way, you should take advantage, go as quickly as you can, because dragging this out is not going to make it any easier. And that often creates burnout. I really think going fast creates the proof and the paychecks early that people need to really get them excited and get the momentum going, and help have their energy become contagious, because they can't shut up about it at that point. Like, what? It's just they can't even handle it. So, and the universe is going to respond to how you move. You tell it to go slow, it's going to go real slow, pumpkin. You move fast, it will move fast. Providence moves too at the pace you tell it to. So I'm going to challenge you to go faster. I'm going to leave it with this and just let you know, you absolutely can hit team leader in 3 months, because you certainly can do it in 2 weeks if you want to, or you can make it take 5 months or 6 months or 7 months or 8 months. It's your life. It's up to you. You will dictate how life responds to you and how your team responds to you by how you respond. Team leader is not for everyone. It is for people who want to lead the pack and show the way to be done, and not wait to be told what to do. I don't like to be told what to do, so I got there real fast. But some of you want to be told what to do, so that's totally cool too. Hang out as senior manager and go use your affiliate link and make that bank. So that's where I'm going to end it. With that, I'm going to get to introduce the man himself, the one half of Money Magnet LLC. His business partner is Chris Kim, but this is Mr. Timothy Herr. We get to hear him a lot, especially on Friday night training. But the special treat, somehow I get to stand in for him this Friday night. So y'all are going to get a little bit of me unleashed, and I'm going to actually show you how to find your why, because I think many of you don't understand how to do it. So that's the training that's coming with you Friday with Mr. Tim Herr. I hope I can fill his wild shoes as best I can. And he's going to take over from here.
Whoa, Dr. My favorite person, man. I love listening. I'm gonna be. You better hit record tomorrow, because you already know on the Friday I'm gonna be listening to that call on Friday. I don't even know what day we're at. I'm in Malaysia. I'm in Malaysia now, and man, it's a bad day to be a wrinkle in Malaysia today. I mean, if you're a wrinkle and you woke up today, not gonna be the right day for you. But what a call! I'm excited. Man, I really get excited when I get a chance to be able to do some of these orientations, because the excitement level right now is at an all-time high. I mean, everybody right now, they love the products. Everybody loves the products. Everybody loves to share the products. And everybody's just right now just taking action like never before. Everybody's running for ranks and having so much fun with the Riman opportunity, and it's just an exciting moment to be a part of Riman and really be able to be a part of history. As we take this company around the world, and we help everybody look the best that they can possibly look, and at the same time help everybody be able to achieve really a better quality of life financially, and for everybody that means something different. For Dr. Rimka, she's not going to be happy until she's making $1 million a month, right? She's kind of the way that I operate. But some people, they're excited when they start making 1,000. And I was just thinking about this whenever Jen was talking, when we started the call. I just thought, man, it's just so exciting for brand new people, because it's like, just imagine how your life's going to be better when you start making 1,000 a month. Like, just imagine how that helps out, right? It's like, that's what I love the most about Riman, is that, as you're on your way to reaching your goal, you're going to earn as you learn, right? It's not going to be a situation where you learn, 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 and down the road, you start earning, right? I love the Riman opportunity because you learn and earn at the same time, and everybody's going to go at their own pace. But, today I'm going to encourage you to step it up, right? Why not go a little bit faster, talk to a little bit more people, share this thing with a couple more people. And, I was doing a training yesterday in Kuala Lumpur, and I just told everybody, I said, it's going to take everybody what it takes. There's a lot of people today that are on this call that are senior managers, right? Or are higher. When you hit senior manager, or you hit team leader, whatever rank you're talking about, it took a certain amount of activity. And for everybody, that's going to be different. It might be talk to, 10 people, 20 people, 30 people, 40 people, 50 people, whatever the goal is whatever the goal, whatever it takes is what it takes. Right. But the reality is that you can expedite that process by taking more action. I think at a job, if you're making, for most people that have been, basically career oriented, they've never really been entrepreneurs. It's like, if you're making a certain amount of income at a job, and let's say that you're working 40 hours a week, if you want to double your income, you got to work 80 hours a week, right? But with our business, it doesn't work like that. It's not like you have to dedicate twice as much time, right? All you got to do is take twice as much action, or talk to twice as many people at the same time. If I have a pop-up and I'm averaging 3 people my pop-up, and I start getting 6 people there, I'm going to double my income, right? So just inviting a couple more people. But, the excitement level, like I said, is on an all-time high. And I'm going to real quickly go through, the commitment part of this training, and wrap this thing up here. But what an amazing call. Just a lot of great insights today. Really learned a lot. And I just love the speakers. Everybody did such an amazing job. And, the excitement, like I said, is just over the top right now with Riman, and people just love sharing it, right? That's what I love the best about Riman, is it just feels so good to share the Riman opportunity. It feels so good to share the products, because everybody knows they have their hands on something special. But I love this. I love this slide, because there's a couple words here that are some of the buzzwords that I like to say a lot. Number one is commitment. I love to say that word, right? That's a buzzword of mine. Commitment. I say commitment all the time. Like throughout the day, I'm always saying, hey, I love the way I love how committed you are. I love how committed that you are to your business. I love how committed you are to making it happen. And commitment is such a big word, and my mentor told me, he said, Tim, and I got started about 30 years ago in this industry. And my mentor told me, he said, commitment is doing the thing that you say you're going to do long after the mood you set it in leaves you. And I just love that quote, because it's so true, right? You get excited, you get fired up, you make a commitment, and then life sets in, right? But when you write things down and you make that commitment on paper, what happens is you're going to stay more committed. And my mindset is always like, when you make a true commitment, you cut off all other options. Retreat is not even an option, right? You're going to make it happen no matter what. So I love the fact that the word commitment is here twice, right? At least twice. It might be more if I read more, but it's in here twice. And I love that. I love that word. And another word I love is right before step forward, where it says commitment, it says action. Because my mentor told me, so without action, nothing counts, right? You've got to take action. And action is, I don't look at Riman as work, right? I look at Riman as because I love it, right? I look at it as love, because I love sharing this with people. I love talking to people. I love introducing Riman to people. I love enrolling brand new planners. I love putting frontliners. I love getting new frontliners started. So when you get started, you want to take action, right? And the way to take action is you want to schedule your first 2 pop-ups. So people ask me, say, what is a pop-up? Right? Is a pop-up means like, it's a pop-up. It just pops up right fast, right? You don't want to do a slow pop-up, because you don't want to pop up. You can't pop up slow, right? That wouldn't be a pop-up. That'd be a slow up. So you want to pop them up quick. So I always encourage people within your first 24 to 48 hours, have a little pop-up. It doesn't, a lot of times people think that it has to be some unbelievable situation. It's like, man, just grab 3 people, throw them in your living room. We got a pop-up on our hands. You guys see what I'm saying? So, grab a couple people at your lunch break, at a Starbucks, grab 3 or 4 of your buddies, your coworkers, and, talk to them at a Starbucks, break out some products, put it on the wrist. If you don't have time to put it on their hands, and guess what? We got a pop-up on our hands, right? Pop-ups is just basically just popping up and making it happen, right? You just got to pop up and get started. So I always encourage people, pop up right away, right? And it's, for me, it's like, once you pop, you can't stop, right? Once you pop, you can't stop, and you just, I pop till I drop, right? I just pop till I drop. I just keep on popping up. And so you want to set that first date, set that second date, and just start building them. And what happens is, getting together with people at a pop-up. I was telling a group yesterday, I did a pop-up at a Round Table Pizza one time in Northern California. The dude was literally, we had about I think there was about 50 people there, and it was packed. We called obviously ahead of time, talked to the owner. He's like, it was like a Tuesday or Wednesday. He's like, Tuesdays and Wednesdays are slow at night. And I said, all right, well, can we have a pop-up? Can we invite a bunch of people over there? And we set it up. We just made it happen. And the dude in the back was beating the heck out of the pizza dough, and it was loud and obnoxious, but it was fun, right? And it's like, you don't have to be perfect. You don't have to worry about having some unbelievable situation where, you've got, crab legs. I tell people, dude, don't, and I love that word duplicatable that Dr. Rimka was talking about. You make it simple, right? It's low budget is going to duplicate, right? Make a list. A lot of you guys know my favorite book of all time is called Your First Year in Network Marketing by Mark Yarnell. This book, Your First Year in Network Marketing, there's a whole chapter on making your list. And that first year network marketing book, I've read that time and time again. It came out in the 90s when I got started in the industry. And when I read it, I said, this is the playbook of success. This is it. So I would always make it mandatory for people to read Your First Year network marketing. And he talks a lot about making a list there. You got to have a list, right? Your list gives you posture. List, when you have a list made, the bigger your list, the more posture you have, right? Make a list of everybody you know. And when you're making that list, then you want to reach out, get their contact information, and just start making it happen. And I love to create a post on my product story because that really creates a lot of excitement, right? I loved it. My before and after. You guys can tell I'm an ugly guy in the beauty industry, right? So it's like, how did you make it happen, Tim? You're an ugly guy in the beauty industry. Well, I was even more ugly before I used these products. So I have a great before and after. Even though my after is not really good, my before is horrible. Like if you would have saw me before, you would have talked to my wife and been like, you don't really kiss that guy, do you? Like that's how gross I was looking. And now I'm still ugly, but I'm not as ugly. So you don't have to be, some of these, you see all these people on this call are all beautiful. Like for me, obviously, I'm not trying to be beautiful. I'm just trying to look a little bit better. And my story, I like to have fun with it. I joke around with it, and people like to have fun and buy products from me. So just have fun with it. Your orientation, today's your orientation. Bam, you made that happen. Every Thursday at 6 p.m. We got a presentation this Thursday at 6 p.m. Pacific. That we've got obviously Susan Manuello and Dorothy Dorothy's going to be doing that call. I believe it is. I'll see in a second. Team event. When of your teams do an event, date and time, your first training, your first convention. Obviously, your first convention is going to be, the Roadmap Convention, September, 6th and 7th or something like that, 7th and 8th, that weekend anyways, whatever it is. Everybody's going to be at the Rio Hotel. So let's jump into this. Right now, everybody knows we got this promotion. It says April on the slide because I copied and pasted it from another training. I'm sorry, you guys. I put May one time. I didn't put May twice. It's May only. We had this, we rebooted this promotion. I apologize for the typo there, but this promotion is for May. And if you sponsor 3 people with a May start date and help them generate 1,000 in sales points, guess what happens to you? You're going to earn a $500 bonus. So right now, many of us have recruited 3 people already. Some of us have got 2. We're looking for our 3rd one. Most everybody's recruited, is recruiting people this month because of this bonus. I always encourage people to get it done. Even if you're brand new, I know we have a lady that started tonight. Man, you can sponsor 3 people in a few days. It's not hard to do. Get yourself 3 people sponsored. Help them generate that 1,000 in personal SP. What's that mean? Anything they buy or sell themselves. So if they buy over 1,000 SP themselves or they sell over 1,000 themselves, guess what? That'll count. Get your $500 bonus. I know no one in Riman is excited and you're not going to be, retired after a $500 bonus, but I always like to get into the habit of when a bonus comes out to make sure I grab it, right? Grab all the bonuses. So get your $500 bonus. If you haven't got it done, if you've already got it done, get another one, right? You can get these things as many times you want. This is such an explosive bonus. Make sure you take advantage of that. That's happening now. Wednesday, everybody's so excited about everybody's excited about the Product University. This Wednesday is a very special one. Screenshot this. And then what you do is you just type on that little squiggly thing there at the bottom. The QR code is what it's called. Just push that on your phone and it'll open up and you can register for this Zoom. Today, this one is going to be very special. So you don't want to miss this Product University. Every week is different. This week is special. Don't want to miss it. If you've got people on your team or people you've introduced, this is a great second exposure. If I've already done a pop-up for somebody, I want to get them on this Wednesday Product University. If I've got somebody brand new that's gotten started, I want to get them on the Product University. If I've got people on my team, I want to get them on this Product University. The Product University, I love that training because it really gets into more depth on the power of the products, why the products work so well. And then obviously everybody knows this Thursday, Dora Na is unbelievable. Dora Na actually can speak Spanish fluently. And I think she can speak Spanish, English, and Korean. Like, and she's just so talented. She's going to be doing that testimonial with Susan Manuel, who you heard from earlier. Thursday is going to be the best opportunity to introduce new people to the Riman opportunity. Everybody's going to be getting guests on that. Everybody's going to make sure they've got prospects on that. That call is going to be one of the best calls ever to introduce your new prospects to Riman. People that maybe you've already done a pop-up with, or you've demonstrated the products with, or maybe you've had a call or two with, or whatever. Maybe they've seen a few exposures. Get them on this call as well. You want to over promote, right? That's what I always do is I get everybody on every call that I can, because mainly the first 4 weeks, people want to jump on as many calls as they can, because the more that you hear about the exciting new opportunity that you're part of, the better you're going to be. You're going to pick up news. You're going to pick up new stories. You're going to pick up new ways to deliver the information from all these different calls. And I love to help, mainly if you're part-time, it's a 30-minute call, 40-minute call, whatever it is, you just jump on, you learn, and it's really easy to do right along with everybody's schedule. So never miss out. This is going to be a big one, May 29th. And the big reason why this one's going to be so big is that everybody right now is rank advancing. Everybody right now is running for manager and senior manager, because everybody knows you don't want to wait till the last 48 hours of the month. We know that we do about 30 to 40% of our volume in the last 48 hours of the month. So if by Thursday you wrap up senior manager, on Friday and Saturday, all that volume that comes in, if you're the upline senior manager or the upline manager, you're going to earn more money. So you never want to wait to the last minute. You know, Dr. Rimka said that quote that I always say is, never make your minimums your maximums, but also, you never want to wait, right? You never want to wait. You never want to be a last minute type person. You always want to be a first minute type person, mainly when you have the pay period deadline coming up. Right, pay period deadline is coming up this Saturday at 11:59 Pacific. Okay, Pacific time. Last time to enter applications. Last time to enter product orders. Last time to enter starter kit upgrades to count for this month's volume. Everybody's going to be pushing hard to make sure, no matter what, they get all the volume in this month that they can. Everybody's running for ranks. Everybody's running for positions. Everybody's finishing up their qualifications for the promotions. Just excitement right now is over the top. So I just want to talk to you real quickly as we wrap this thing up. We're going to be getting done here right now. Is, if not you, then who? Right? This moment in time, it'll never be recreated again. This moment in time, it'll never be duplicated again. What would happen if you made a decision in your mind and made a decision in your heart to say, hey, look, you know what? This is it. I'm going to get the job done. I'm going to give it everything that I got, right? I tell people all the time, man, what do you on fire look like? What does you on fire look like? What does you with an eye gaze that says, man, I'm up to something, right? Do you want to get started with me? What does that version of you look like? We've all been there at some point in our life at something we've done, whether it been sports or school or a relationship or friendship or whatever, where we were just absolutely so excited about every day waking up, looking forward to the next opportunity, looking forward to the next day. That version of you, have that person show up right now. Make that idea to say, hey, look, you know what? Have that idea that says, hey, I'm going to make it happen, right? I'm going to step up. I'm going to get the job done, right? I'm going to give it everything that I got, because I know that this moment in time will never happen again. I know that this moment in time will never be duplicated again. This moment in time will never be recreated again. As we take this thing around the world, there's going to be so many people's lives that are changed. And it's the people right now that have the ability to understand that, hey, your lips are paid for. Just start flapping them. That's it. All I do is I just talk to people about Riman. That's it. I just talk to people about Riman. I don't do anything special. I just tell the story. Talk about some tigers and some grass. Talk about some water and some volcano. Talk about some little, microfluidized product, and talk about how you got to buy this stuff. You got to be a part of it. I just get excited. Let your excitement be contagious. That's it. Like, all my secret to success is pretty simple, because I'm just excited. And I have this ability to stay excited until the results show up, right? Some people can stay excited for 5 minutes, some 5 days, some 5 weeks, 5 months. Some people can stay excited for 5 years. I can stay excited forever, because I'm so excited every single day that I wake up, because this industry has been a blessing for me. This company is an absolute blessing. There's not one day that goes by that I don't thank Danny Bay for introducing me to this opportunity. I just tell him every day, no matter what. Every day you ask him, every day Tim will text me, man, thank you so much for recruiting me. Thank you so much for signing me up in this, because it's a blessing. Like, I've been in this industry for 30 years. I've seen the good, the bad, the ugly, man. I've seen it all. I've never seen anything like this. I've never seen a company like this. And I promise you this company is going to become a multi-billion-dollar company. And the people right now that are on this call, you have a chance to be able to be the mouthpiece to help that become a reality, and you're going to get rewarded for it. So let's make up a commitment right now in our mind. Let's make up a commitment in our heart. You know what? Let's make a declaration in our heart. make a declaration in our mind that we won't be denied. Let's go all out massive action. Let's close this month out in a big way. Let's help all of our brand new people hit that first rank, second rank, third rank, whatever. Let's help everybody become successful with this Riman opportunity. Appreciate Susan and Jen and Dena and Dr. Rimke. It's always, and what a great day for me to be able to wake up my day over here and get a little bit of Dr. Rimke, a little injection of Rimke in my life, man. You guys did an amazing job. Great to be a part of it. Thank you guys. Let's make it happen together. God bless you guys. We'll see you all at the top. Thanks, everybody.